you can see that what we're up against is an old biological program that runs in all mammals, and it's there to move us on to novel partners. And it manipulates us by goosing our neurochemistry right between our ears. So I don't know if you've ever heard how the Coolidge effect got its name, but it's kind of a cute story.
Yeah, let's hear that.
President Coolidge and Mrs. Coolidge were touring a farm back in the 1920s. And while the president's attention was elsewhere, the farmer was trying to keep the first lady entertained. And he said, "Oh, you see that rooster over there? That rooster can copulate all day long, day after day." And Mrs. Coolidge probably didn't quite know what to say to that. So she said, "Oh, well, that's very interesting. Suppose you tell the president that." So just then the president rejoined them, and the farmer told him about this marvelous rooster. And the president got very quiet, and he said, "With the same hen?" And the farmer said, "Oh, no, sir." And the president looked at him and he said, "Well, I suppose you tell that to Mrs. Coolidge."
Oh.
So that problem where if you take a male rat and you put it in a cage with a female rat, there'll be this frenzy of mating enthusiasm. And then after 6 or 7, 8 copulations, they aren't interested in each other anymore. But if you pull that female out, put in a different female, that poor male rat will rise to the occasion if at all possible and get the job done. So that's called the Coolidge effect. It's nature's way of making sure there are no unfertilized females left around if Mother Nature has anything to say about it.
So is this a powerful enough issue in our nature that it takes fault out of some of this obvious fault that we have associated with all this? There's a lot of fault going around about people behaving like this, men in particular. Okay.
But women too. And
Okay,
it's
women
becoming
too?
more and more common in women, I think, these days. Yes, we should not be blaming ourselves or each other. That doesn't do any good. This is a good reason to forgive each other.
Good luck with that. Good luck with trying to get people to not blame over this issue. Okay?
Well, I'm actually after something else. There are ways we can change our behavior. There are ways we can talk to that old part of the brain and tell it, "Gee, I like this partner. I want to get closer and closer to this partner." But it's because humans are very special. We belong to a group of 3% of mammal species that actually pair bond.
3 out of 100.
3 out of 100%. Most just mate furiously during mating season, and then they go off to the next partner. And that neurochemistry is driving them to do that.
We have the same neurochemistry.
We have that program, but we have another program running on top of it, which is our pair bonding program. And that is there to push us together and make us fall in love, at least for long enough to fall in love with our children.
Folks, are you listening, folks? At least long enough to fall in love with the children. Not like really, really long.
Right. An anthropologist named Helen Fisher looked at 57 different cultures and checked out when the peak of divorce was, and she found year 4. So that just shows things start to deteriorate rather quickly, even if people stay together. Even if they stay married forever, there are all these jokes about husbands and wives getting tired of each other. Even if you tough it out, there's a lot of alienation going on between male and female because this old program starts to make your partner look a little bit like